Welcome back, fight fans. This is AmiPolizeiFunk. I am joined by Sepha. How you doing, Sepha?
Doing really good, thanks. Enjoyed that last game. Enjoyed watching Wu play a really aggressive game in that one. How are you doing?
I am all amped up. Those were so exciting. They were so violent, you know. I mean, the reason we have Semwa first in these best of fives is so the players can feel each other out, you know, like settle into a nice game, have a long fight, you know. But, oh man, these guys were just at each other's throats. It was like Wolfpack, rawr. I have never seen two Semwa games be over so quickly and so decisively. So, you know, I am just digging the violence that we're seeing here tonight. And we've got a 1-1 score. Now we're going to Angeville. And I see a different faction on the field. What kind of matchup are we looking at here, Sepha?
This one could swing either way, really. Wu really impressed me in the last game. I think he played a really aggressive game early on. Went with 4 rifles, 2 engineers. There was a key fight around the 7-minute mark where it could have swung either way, but Wu was able to make it work in his favour. And it's interesting to see this player. He can play the long drawn out games, he can play the short and quick games. He's been playing the game for 4 years, so he knows a lot of the strategies. He knows the different kinds of strategies with different armies. So we should be seeing a good game here. This time he's playing Panzer Elite against Americans. I'd say he has an upper hand on this map, being Angeville.
Panzer Elite in the house, the fabled matchup, PE versus Americans on Angeville. Some people say PE are OP here, but we saw Siberians Panzer Elite get shut down last week, so let's see what happens with 2 new players. I'm glad that Seph is here to give his insight. He's an avid Panzer Elite player, so I'm sure we're going to have great analysis coming up. So Pez, why don't you roll us on into this thing?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Survey, ride, fight.
Thanks again, Linsky, for the awesome theme music. He's cranking out new versions of the original Sunday Night Fights theme. We've got this, you might have heard the disco version leading into these games, and next week we got some dubstep wah 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 for you. For SNF goes dubstep next week for our first title fight. But right now we got to find out who the contenders are going to be, and it is 1-1. We're here set on Angeville. I'm about ready to count it in. Who are you going to follow, Sepha?
I'm going to be following Wu at the bottom, playing Panzer Elite.
Can everybody hear Sepha all right out there? Is he loud enough for you guys? Give me some feedback. Seph's a soft-spoken monster of the game. He might sound soft-spoken here, but try to face him on the field. Another thing coming to you. All right, you guys hear him good? All right, great. Here we go. We're going to count this thing in. I'm going to unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And
okay,
nice
perfect.
manners from the players.
Great.
All right, we're in sync. Good manner from the players. Better than all y'all out in chat. I've been watching what you've been saying, Keeps, and let me tell you what, I don't like it. Since you want to be a contender, you got to make me like you, mofo. You feel me? Anyway, so you're failing at that, at making me like you. So, all right, you want to sign off your chances to be a contender? That's fine with all that trolling. You know, keep up that stuff. I ain't gonna be seeing you anytime soon on the battlefield. No, all right, but so yeah, I'm keeping an eye on you, chat boys. All right, so here we go. Panzer Elite in the south. What kind of opening do we see from Wu? Where is he capping? What's he doing? What's he building?
Looks like he's pushing for the left side at the moment. He's going with the standard opening, 2 Panzer Grenadiers. Probably going to make a third and make something else. What is interesting is that Seb has started building an MG nest just over his strategic point.
Yeah, can you believe this? And look at the way it's facing. Whoa. So he does not want guys coming across the road and moving in to cut him off. It's really unexpected, and Wu has no idea it's there yet. So this should be quite a surprise when he sees the Lollipop early game MG nest. I mean, that was so early that I'm wondering if he might go 4ES. Because, like, as in snipers, like old school Marina's style, because one of the aspects of Marina's old strat is to try to farm some early XP to get closer to Rangers. And, oh, look at these engineers getting torn up as they charge into Panzer Grenadiers and yellow cover. Yikes. This is not a fight they want to be on. This is a 6-on-6, and they are way outgunned.
Seb there making an extra engineer squad, so he now has 5 on the field. He's an innovative player, and I don't think I've ever seen a strategy like this before, where you make an MG nest straight away. I was looking over the forum post. He has, 70% of people think he's going to take this series. Who do you think is going to take this series, Ami?
Well, I have to admit that I did vote for Seb with the majority, but I was very interested to see that although Seb also led at the beginning in, like, who do you want to win, in the end, it was kind of 50-50, and Wu's got some fans out there, and so he brought it up, and a lot of people want to see Wu take this. It's really kind of split down the middle as far as that goes. But you're right, Seb is the favorite as far as what our community thinks, and this is just madness. He now has 6 engineers and an MG nest. You saw it here first on SNF, yo. Get ready to face it in ladder tomorrow.
Yeah, never seen any strategy like this before. Probably, now that we see it, he might be going for an early supply yard, going for an early M8. I can see maybe he's only going to build a weapon support centre and a barracks to get that supply yard, just for teching purposes, and then go straight to an M8. I'm not sure. Panzer Elite got a camp group company up, so it's likely he's going to be getting a half-track or a mortar half-track out soon.
Well, and I would think that an IMP half-track would just run havoc all over this strat. I mean, I guess at least until the eventual M8. I mean, I don't even know what to say, because I don't know if he's gonna tech or go WSC. I mean, he's got to build barracks or WSC just to be able to build supply yard, and he hasn't started either of those yet. There he's lost 1 engineer squad. He's down to 5 sets now. God, such a curious play here. Really novel. And there is the MG nest firing for the first time, and these Grens are saying, what? And even though they're suppressed, they're still getting their licks in, but they're going to have to retreat. Look at that. It's almost like the whole thing hinged on them discovering the MG nest with it firing at them. I mean, what if they'd discovered it by flanking it? It seemed like it'd be a different game. You know, it was almost like a real big gamble there. So Pez has just made us aware
now
that
making a jagged command, so he's probably going to be getting an AC out soon.
Pez was saying that he did discover it, and I guess he just felt that he was out of the range. I didn't expect it to shoot when the PGs were just right on the limit of its range, and I guess everybody was a little surprised when that thing started shooting at him. And so here we have 2 squads of engineers chasing this vanilla PG, and another squad of engineers flanking it. And what is going on, man? This is just, I don't know how to commentate this, because I've never seen anything like this before.
For Wu at the moment, because he has his fuel cut off right now. He's just about to make an AC, so he's going to try and get some of that map control back. And on the other side, I think Seb is making an MG team at the moment. Is that right?
Yes, Seb's just lost his 2nd set. He's got WSC out, and I thought that maybe, like you were saying, he would go like straight to supply yard, and he went pretty much straight to supply yard, but he has snuck an MG in there. So with armor piercing rounds, he will have some light, soft counter to a Wehrmacht vehicle, but not really much. And here we do see these Panzer Grenadiers flanking, and you were right, that's very important about the fuel income for Wu. It has not been very much, but in a second, it might start flooding in. He's already connected the left, and it looks like he's working on lowering the right.
Yep, and interestingly enough, Seb decided to cancel that supply yard and get a triage center instead. I think Seb is going to be in a very bad position going from mid to late game now. He only has 5 engineer squads and an MG squad on the team, and Wu's AC has just finished. So if Wu can micro this AC very well, we might see a very early good game from Seb.
And look at Seb, he's able to defend his precious MG emplacement by rushing what he's got onto the field, all these engineers and rifles. But here comes the AC, and this is really where it gets crucial here. This could make or break this game. The AC goes right through all the infantry. He's staying moving, he's back behind the MG nest. And he's going into the base. He's taking a little bit base emplacement fire here. Here comes a second MG coming out, and you don't want to get in the cone of fire of those MGs. They will pierce you to death. And look at this. This MG is healing. He's not going to reset up. The AC has it flanked. He's going to annihilate that MG. There it goes down. And that AC has free reign on the base. Uh-oh, we have a hard retreat back. That can be very dangerous. The AC gets out. He's down to about half health, but he doesn't have any damaged engine. Look how he accelerates on those roads.
Wu adding another AC to his army. So Seb is in quite a bad position at the moment, unless he can get some kind of anti-tank weapon on the field, like some Rangers, possibly. I doubt he's got enough CP for Rangers. He needs to tech up, get a supply yard, get an M8 out on the field, because these MGs are going to get ran around in circles by the ACs. Gradually, Wu's going to take the entirety of the map until Seb gets some good AT on the field.
There, Wu kills a retreating engineer squad, and Seb has got an MG in an MG nest. That's pretty funny to see. You don't often see that in a high-level 1v1. And this armored car has just run those engineers off the field. I mean, Seb's still trying to cap, though, on the right. I mean, that's the only thing he has is capping power. But now that the second AC's out, Wu can be all over this map and fast.
Seb's been doing a very good job of denying fuel, actually. Wu only has 37 fuel at the moment, but the problem is he has a lot more than Seb. Seb is cutting off that fuel, but he's not gaining any fuel himself. I'm wondering what is the fuel count for Seb at the moment, because he really needs to get up a supply yard to deal with these ACs soon.
He was almost around 100. He just ordered the supply yard to go down, but you know, he's just starting it now. And we saw, because when he started to build it earlier, we saw that his plan was to just like maybe, you know, get one MG out and straight to supply yard, but I think his plan got a bit thwarted. And now these ACs, I wonder if he's got armor piercing on that one MG. Let's see. It doesn't look like it. I don't hear that sound. And I don't even know. It doesn't seem like they're even firing. He's just strafing.
No,
he's just
he's moving them from side to side, so he's avoiding the damage and making them change positions all the time. Wu is playing a textbook game at the moment, Panzerjäger command, ACs, and, you know, adapting to what Seb's doing. Seb, I think his strategy hasn't been that good so far, and he really needs to make something happen to get back into this game.
So that MG did finally see the tail of the armored car. He did pop armor-piercing rounds and managed to kill one armored car, but it looks like he's going to lose the nest. He saved the unit. Seb's got 3 MGs out now, and I've seen a strat from Marinas where he spams MGs against armored cars. It's sort of a modification of his 4ES strat, but in this situation with Seb's lack of map control at the moment, the idea is to cover one MG with another and to try to ensnare the ACs into taking some armor-piercing fire, but let's see. Wu might want to maybe get a little bit conservative here and repair that one.
Against any other player it might work, but against Wu, he's a fast player. He's young, he's 17 years old. He can micro those ACs around and make them not get hit by MGs. He's not going to lose an AC to an MG, really. We've seen a motor pool go up by Seb now, finally, but you know what, it's going to be meted by an anti-tank half-track straight away. Wu's already on that, so he's looking very promising to win this game and take an early win again from Seb.
Another AC hits the field. That's the third. There are only 2 alive. One is limping over to the right-hand side where he's going to get repaired by the Grenadiers who just finished topping off that Ketten. And, you know, when the PE's got the Ketten alive at 11 minutes, you know that they're doing great, and they've got lots of capping power. And just look at the map. You know, Seb has got 3 MGs and 2 engineers. He didn't even try to build an M8. He's going straight to an AT gun. That's an AT gun that's halfway done.
Seb is in a really difficult position at the moment. I think the strategy that he played out hasn't really played out for him very well. It's going to be really hard for him to come back from this.
You can see now that Seb is
so
managing to work out slowly.
ACs.
He's trying to make himself some little space there, though. He's got 3 MGs. They're all kind of covering each other, and you know, Wu's like a wolf pack chasing a bunch of bisons here, where the wolves like circle the bisons and try to pick off a weak one here or there, or a slow one, or a young one. And this is, yeah, Seb's staying alive barely, but he can't. He's capping 1 strat point. You know, he'd love to cap that other one sort of towards the fuel as well, because that's covered by 2 MGs. But he's going to take what he can get. The AT gun's out. Did Wu see it in the ring of vision from that strat point? Ooh, he takes a shot from it and then accelerates out of there.
I think this is just an example how a lot of American players in this patch have been struggling to find what works against the Panzer Elite. I know Contador asks me all the time, you know, tips against Panzer Elite, doesn't know how to beat them very well, and I think Seb is having the same problems really in games. And it isn't until you play Panzer Elite for a while and you find out what works for them, what doesn't work for them, that you can find out what strategies are good to play against them.
Well, Seb does now have Rangers out, and those will counter these ACs nicely. In fact, if they... come on, Rangers! Shooting into the ground. They had 2 Zooks that could have killed that AC, but he couldn't get it. Seb's not getting breaks right now. This Ranger supported by AT gun is pretty good. I mean, that's what he needs. I like that he didn't go M8. You know, that was the right decision to make this AT gun. And there.
I wouldn't count Seb out yet because he does have a Ranger squad on the field and he has that AT gun. However, Wu is making a Panzer IV, so it's going to be a really hard fight with a lot of micros soon, where we're going to see most of Seb's army go up against Wu's army in one big fight. Whoever's going to lose that fight and make the most mistakes is probably going to lose the game.
I respect Seb for clawing his way back onto the field in what looked like an utterly lost endeavor. This is impressive. I'm admiring this tenacity.
Gear down, guns up, men. Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
Yep, he's doing a great job of taking that right side of the map at the moment. Wu's put a lot more resources into a bit of tech just to get that Panzer IV up, and he has that Panzer IV out now. He's making a mortar half-track as well. I'm not sure if he's going to wait for the mortar half-track or not to rush that Panzer IV in. He might try and do some damage straight away. And plus he got the light 18 half-track just in case to counter an M8. So he's doing damage to his own economy by preparing for all kinds of situations, really.
I wish I had some more sound effects. It's lovely to see a Panzer IV hit the field. It's a beautiful tank. He's got the skirts on it. It looks like it's ready to kill some infantry. And look at these ACs. They're going into the base. They realize that Seb set up a hard point in the front. But what's he got in the back? This AC instantly flanks the second AT gun as it's coming out of the motor pool. And he's just going to sit there and kill those guys. And what is Seb even going to do to reman it? He's going to have to spend a whole engineer squad to even try to pick it up. Maybe he could sacrifice some Rangers, but I don't know if that's so cost efficient.
It's quite embarrassing for the American base at the moment. He's just been rushing the ACs in and out of the American base. They should burn those MG emplacements. Really, they've been terrible this entire game.
Now we do have an M8 out to sort of stop these crazy fast-moving ACs from just running roughshod all over the map. And Seb walked his front line AT gun all the way back to his base, trying to deal with that AC, and Wu picked up on it immediately. Look at him. Oh, gets unlucky there. He did push forward as Seb moved back, but this AC took a mine. Now let's see if he's got one AT on the left, one on the right. They're shooting. It's going into the house. Wu's using the house as cover. Wow, this P4 must have taken a huge shot at some point. And look, what? Whoa, this P4 is almost dead. This M8 is right up behind it, and this M8 could maybe chase and kill it. I don't know. He wants to push out all of his units together. The Rangers are rushing back onto the field. This is getting really close. It's a nail-biter, folks. The M8 is going after the armored car, but walks right into an ATHT and gets immobilized.
Seb's sticking in there. He's playing the long game and trying to wait for Wu to make a mistake. He's going to wait for those mistakes and he's going to pounce on him. Wu's made a couple of mistakes already. He's got his AC to really low health. His Panzer IV is almost dead. It's just we're gonna see what Seb can do in the next few minutes to try and bring this game back into his hands. He just lost a Ranger squad as well.
He lost the whole Ranger squad. He lost an MG in the house. They got burned out by a flame mortar round. And then the Rangers, just all of them, evaporated to the P4 and all those PGs as they were trying to sneak in there and get the kill shot on the P4. And without the Rangers, Seb's hopes are looking like they are washing away. He does kill an AC, but now with an immobilized engine and a mortar pounding away, preventing any kind of repairs. Look at this. I'd like to dedicate this game to my friend Contador. What up?
Kampfgruppe is now able to employ scorched earth to eradicate the disease that is our enemy.
I'm not sure what he means by that. I mean,
well, Contador loves to complain that
it is American.
Yeah, he's like rubbing it in. Contour is the loudest complainer of PE being OP on Angeville, and so this one is just for him. Just how he likes it.
Poor Contador.
The M8 falls. Seb throws in the well played, throws in the towel, and 500-0 victory. We saw a new and innovative strat for Seb. It didn't quite pay off for him. And Wu takes the lead in this series 2-1. Does this strat have potential, or was that the first and last time we're ever going to see the early MG nest in 6 engineers?
I think that's probably the last time we're going to see that type of strat from Seb. Well, not that type of strat, but that particular strat. I mean, if he makes a couple of minor adjustments to it, then yeah, maybe it has some potential. But against a player like Wu, when he's going fast ACs, you can't counter ACs with MGs for a weapon support center. It's just not going to happen. They'll run rings around you. A well-played game by Wu. In Game 2 we saw what kind of aggression Wu was capable of, and we've just seen that again. He's playing really solidly, and I would say Wu is my favourite to take this at the moment. Take the whole thing.
He's up 2-1, and for the first time on episode 2, let's see what it looks like when the Axis wins. Okay, folks, fight fans, here you are at ringside. No television, no pay-per-view, stream only, baby. Twitch TV, Game Replay COH is where it's at. I wonder if Seb would play PE on Angeville. I have no idea. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly to find out. We'll be right back.